Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to give you 7 things that will change your health right now and they won't cost you a thing. Now, before we get started, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you like this content, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Really helps me out, helps my message to reach more people. Also, drop a comment. Let me know what kind of content you would like to see from here on out. All right, now, I think we've been sold this idea in our modern culture that you get what you pay for, that we need the best doctors and the best drugs and the best therapies if we want to be healthy, that we need these expensive surgeries to look more beautiful. And in my experience, this couldn't be further from the truth. If there's one thing that I've learned in my journey, it's that the body loves simplicity and that we really don't need to overcomplicate this formula for health. I think more than anything, health is about applying very basic principles on a consistent basis. Now, here's the thing. Most of these things are free. And for this reason, they're very much vilified because nobody can make a dime off of them. And so today, I'm going to give you my top 7. Now, these 7 things, you can start applying them right now. They won't cost you anything. And if you do them consistently, I promise you, they're going to change your life. So, number 1, sunlight. Now, human beings at our core, we're essentially these light beings, these beings of light and information, life force. And the sun is the source of all life and energy here on Earth. Nothing would exist without it, right? And so I think this idea that we're meant to be inside and sheltered, hiding from the sun, I think that's absurd. One of the best things I believe we could do for our health is to get outside and get full spectrum sunlight. We're essentially getting full spectrum information that's being sent directly into our cells. And this is super important, especially in the morning and the evening. So if you can't get out in the middle of the day, get your morning sunlight, your evening sunlight. Really, really important for setting your body's circadian rhythms. Now, you might be asking, how much sun is too much? Is there too much? Am I gonna burn? What about, doesn't the sun cause skin cancer? And here's my response to that. Have you ever heard about a zebra in the African savannah who's gotten melanoma because he was out in the sun too much? Probably not. And the reason for this, I think, is because for the most part, animals are eating their native diet. They're living a lifestyle that's natural to them. They're in their natural habitat. And for us humans, that's not the case. In general, we're living in a very toxic environment, an artificial, synthetic environment. We're not eating our natural diet. And as a result, we have all these internal health imbalances. And my own belief is that it's these internal imbalances, it's the system-wide inflammation inside of our body that actually causes these reactions with the sun, whether it be from the ultraviolet or for some whatever other reason, that when we're out in the sun too much and we're in poor health, we have this inflammation throughout our body. It ends up manifesting as these horrible burns or skin cancer, sunspots, things like that. And so if we're afraid of the sun and some of these dangerous effects, what we really need to do is take care of our own inner health and work on rebalancing the body. I don't believe that you could get too much sun or that the sun really poses a danger unless we're not taking care of these other stuff. So don't be afraid of being outside in the sun for extended periods of time. And for the love of God, please don't wear sunscreen. I think that's one of the most damaging things we could do. The skin is basically an extension of our digestive tract, and so anything we put on our skin gets absorbed immediately, directly into the bloodstream. And so we really, really do not want chemicals being absorbed into our skin. My rule of thumb generally is if I wouldn't eat it, I don't put it on my skin. So if you want to put some kind of oil or protectant on your skin, go with some good quality olive oil or coconut oil, sesame oil, something like that. All right, so number two is nature. We are basically extensions of this planet, extensions of Mother Earth. And we're built to be connected with the planet and to exist in this sort of harmony and synthesis. And it's so damaging for our health to be tucked away indoors, on our screens, on our computers, stuff like that. And really, one of the best things we could do is just get reconnected with nature. So spend time outdoors, go on a hike, go on a walk, morning walk, evening walk, take off your shoes, get bare feet on the earth. If you're familiar with the concept of grounding or earthing, basically the idea is you go outside in your bare feet and you connect with the earth, to the dirt or the grass. You form this uninterrupted connection between you and the earth. And tons of studies are coming out now about the benefits of earthing and grounding and how it has the potential to completely reverse these symptoms of disease and reduce system-wide inflammation in the body. It's really, really incredible to see some of the results that's being backed by science. So get outdoors, get your bare feet on the ground, get outside with the trees and the animals, breathe the fresh, clean air. One of the best things we could do for ourselves. All right, number 3 is sleep. And sleep, everybody's talking about sleep. I don't think there's really much that needs to be said. If we humans evolved to spend a third of our lives asleep, then we could be pretty sure that it serves an important function for our recovery and repair and cognitive function. And so I don't think much really needs to be said by me. One thing that I will touch upon is aligning our sleep cycles with the sun can have profound benefits. I personally used to be a person, before I kind of went on this health journey. My ideal bedtime was midnight, even 1 o'clock, and then if it was up to me, I would wake up at 8, 9 in the morning. And as I've made this journey, I've kind of shifted to make it a priority to align my body with the rhythms of the sun, and to try to get to bed much earlier, and then I kind of wake up naturally at a much earlier hour as well. And it's really amazing how much you could feel the difference, how much more just aligned and connected, and the difference you feel with your energy throughout the day when you're going to bed at a more natural hour, closer to sundown, as opposed to staying up and being a night owl like I was for most of my life. So that would be my tip, is to try to get to bed as early as you can and wake up as close as you can with the sun. All right, number 4 is fasting. Now, fasting, you're probably hearing a lot today about the health benefits of intermittent fasting, even longer duration, things like water fast. And one of the things I found super interesting is that if you look at animals, have you ever noticed that when an animal is sick or injured, they stop eating, they don't eat? And it seems kind of counterintuitive, because a lot of us think, well, my body needs more raw materials, it needs more substance so that I could heal and repair my injury, or heal from my sickness. And I think if we study nature and we study animals and we experience it ourselves, what we find is that the body actually has this incredible self-healing and self-renewing capability. It can kind of reallocate all the resources that are already within the body and apply it to healing. And that when we eat, a lot of times it becomes a major source of energy, that the body needs to send a ton of energy to the digestive tract to digest and absorb the food that we're eating. And so when we're in this process of healing, when we're injured, when we're sick, one of the best things we could do is just stop and rest, and give our digestion a rest, let our body do its thing, let it heal, and that we really don't need all these different meals and snacks throughout the day. The body is much more resilient and much more self-sustaining than we think. And so I would say embrace these cycles, listen to your body. If it wants an extended fast. This is something I usually do at least a couple times a year, is a fast for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and let the body sort of go into what's called autophagy, where it goes into this self-cleaning, self-healing mode. And it could be super profound for your mental clarity as well. Most people feel really incredible on an extended sort of water fast, and so if this is something that you feel called to do, I would say absolutely go for it, or go for the intermittent fasting where you're eating your food in a 6 to 8 hour window and then fasting the rest of the 24-hour cycle. Can be extremely beneficial for health. All right, now movement. Number 5 is movement. The body loves movement, and the body loves to be challenged and pushed in new ways, so that it's being forced to adapt. And I think we all kind of understand the benefits of exercise and the role it plays in maintaining a healthy weight and a healthy physique. And so really there's not much to say except get out and move, and challenge yourself in new ways. Pick up a new sport. Try out some new exercises or some new routines. Yoga, strength training, whatever it might be for you. And the body it loves versatility and being pushed in these numerous different ways. So just don't be afraid to try new things, and get your body moving, get your blood pumping through your organs, get your lymph flushing, to get this really great detox effect in the body. And so if you're living a more sedentary life, you're in the office or on a computer working all day, just make it a point to take breaks throughout the day and step outside. Go for a short walk every half hour or every hour. Do some calisthenics, some push-ups or pull-ups, things like that. Anything you could do to work this into your routine, you're really going to see these very profound benefits over the long term, excuse me. All right. So number 6 is silence. Silence. And this is something that's so overlooked in our culture today, but it was so important. If you look at all the traditions going back in time, it was one of the most important things, was this going within yourself, this introspection, this self-exploration. And it's something that gets so forgotten in our consumerist society, where we're always busy and we need to outwork and out-hustle the person next to us. But really what we end up doing is we end up chasing our own tail, running in circles with no real direction in life, no real purpose. We're kind of just going, throwing things at the wall, hoping something will stick. And I think that one of the best things we could do is just take a step back, slow down, take a look around, reconnect with ourselves, and take the time to enjoy this crazy, chaotic journey of life. And so I've found that when you take this time to go within yourself, what you really find is this deep inner peace, this whole world of inner expansiveness sort of opens up, that life just feels richer, that you gain this sort of clarity of the direction that you really want to go in your life, and that you could really pour your energy into that thing instead of running around in circles. And so I want to challenge you to take a couple pauses throughout the day. Maybe you take a 3-minute pause 3 times a day. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's prayer or meditation. Maybe it's going for a walk or a hike in nature. Maybe it's just cooking dinner for yourself or your family without any external stimulus, without any music or podcasts or TV. And so that's what I want to challenge you to today, is to embrace silence and really cultivate this relationship with yourself and your inner world. All right, number 7. Words. Positive words. Now, the nature of life is that we get what we give. As you give, so shall you receive, right? As it's been said. And so you've probably noticed, I know I have, that say you say you're judging another person, or that you're gossiping. It might feel good for a split second. You get this sort of satisfaction. But when you're in this place of judging and separation, you always end up feeling worse than you did before. And it's that concept that kind of what goes around comes around. And it works the other way too, that maybe maybe you come across a homeless person at the gas station, and you don't have a lot of cash on you, but you decide, you know what, this person needs it more, and you sort of give without wanting anything in return, without this person being able to give you anything back. And when you come from this place of giving, all of a sudden what you gave, it comes back to you. That maybe you're at the store, the grocery store later that day, and then the clerk forgets to scan something, or they undercharge you, and or you find a $20 bill on the ground, and it's like what you give from a true place of giving always comes back to you in unexpected ways. And that's just the way this universe works. What we put out into the universe gets reflected back to us. We get to experience our own inner state, our own creation. And so if you want love, give love. If you want kind words to flow to you, give kind words and compliments to other people. If you want admiration, give admiration. If you want to feel this inner fullness, fill other people's cups, and you'll find that it will always come back, and you'll get to experience it yourself. So positive words, hugs, it could be a gesture of affection to somebody else. All right. Now, I know I said I was going to give you 7, but I'm going to give you a bonus, a number 8. And the reason it's a bonus is because it's free, but it's kind of not free. And that's reading or books. And there is a cost. You need to buy the books, of course. But reading is free. Once you have the material, it doesn't cost anything to sit down and read a book, whether it's fiction or history, biography, personal development. It doesn't matter, because what you're really doing when you read is you're upgrading the entire operating system of your mind. You're upgrading the way you think and the way you perceive reality. And if you think about it, a book written by any author out there is really the accumulation of years and years of work or experience. It might be the culmination of an entire lifetime of experience and wisdom. And for us to be able to pick up a book and soak in that wisdom in a matter of a couple hundred pages, maybe it's just a couple hours of reading, is so powerful. There's really nothing that could replace it. And so, no, it's not exactly free when you factor in the cost of the book. But I think books are they're probably the best investment that I've ever made in myself, and that I continue to make in myself. So my challenge to you would be that every week, instead of buying that drink at the bar or getting that dessert at dinner, my challenge is that once a week you would put that $10, $15 to the side and buy yourself a book, whatever's speaking to you. And if you do that, a book a week, even a book every 2 weeks, completely turn your life around. I promise you. And so that's why I wanted to give you this little bonus. And so I know it could be a lot if maybe these things aren't something that you're currently doing. I know that when I first got into health and wellness, it felt incredibly overwhelming to try to implement all these different lifestyle changes and hacks and dietary changes. And so my advice would be just pick one of these this week and start to apply it. Start to make it a habit and introduce it into your routine. And then next week, pick something else and stack it on top of the thing that you did this week. And so this week you have one thing, the next week you'll have 2 things. The week after that, stack something else on, and before long, you're going to be living a completely different life. These things, they're very basic, but the fundamentals are really what's going to change your life and your health. And so just go back to basics. You will, when you really simplify, what I've found is that what you really discover is that you could have these extraordinary experiences in the very ordinary experiences of life. And so this is what I want for you guys, is to create a life you love, create a life worth living, where you have the energy and the mental clarity to go about and pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, and give yourself in your relationships and just live this life of fulfillment, of purpose. And so I would love to hear your guys' experience with these things. If these are things that you're implementing in your life, let me know how it goes. Maybe there's things that I didn't mention. Be sure to drop those in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And of course, let me know what kind of content you would like to see in the future. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching information, if you want to work through this process with me over an extended period of time, or if you just like some more awesome free content, I will leave the links in the description down below. Be sure to check that out. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.